The one anime series that I really, really like, and now that I know that they made a 3-disc collection that I'm still thinking on getting, because now you can actually see it in 16:9 and not 4:3, which is pretty cool. But the anime series that I'm probably talking about, and if those who are on Facebook knows by my cover photo of what anime, and that anime is Armitage the Third. Armitage the Third. This came out at the same time as Ghost in the Shell. And of course, a very, very cool illuminated DVD that says Armitage the Third. And it was voiced by Elizabeth Berkley and Kiefer Sutherland. This is almost exactly like Ghost in the Shell. More aligned on being human than being a machine. And let's see, where did I get this one? Of course, it's the same thing, but it's in a different slipcover. I got this from my mom. My mom knew someone that was liking anime or whatever, and so they thought to give it to me. And at first, when I first saw this, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a computer game or something that they made for Armitage the Third, but apparently it's a DVD, and it's a legit copy of the DVD in a CD case, and of course the same thing, the illuminated DVD, so it's legit. So, but in a CD case, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I don't know which one that I watched the most of. Pretty in pristine condition. Let's see the DVD one. Yeah, and both of them are in pristine condition. I do not know if you can ever find this type of version. It's still the same movie, but it's packaged differently. This is probably one of the versions that they wanted to know if it would be able to be sold on CD cases or whatever. I don't know. Kind of cool. That's on VHS as well. Thank you to one of my friends in high school. Through the years, he and I were, going to anime conventions. He only been to one, and I've been to like all of them. I went to Anime Expo, but the reason why I'm going to show this next DVD is the OEV series, Armitage the Third. But on the VHS copies, it will show certain unedited scenes that were like basically in the movie, but they counted it as the OEV, which I don't really understand. And so I got the DVD of it too, of Armitage the Third. So yeah, here's the case. That's pretty cool that a cop can dress like that. And of course the DVD and the tracks. And yeah. Somewhere in my collections of CD spindles, there was a soundtrack for Armitage the Third. I think my friend gave that to me too, but I'll probably find it online or something because it's a kick-ass soundtrack. So anyway, when Armitage the Third came out, there was a second one, Armitage Dual Matrix. And yes, this is an actual legit release. They released this limited editions. Of course, it has like the Armitage Dual Matrix logo on the back, and it has the Dual Matrix things, and it has Naomi Armitage on the top. And so yeah, let's see what's inside. I probably showed this on video before, but this is pretty cool. Here's the DVD. Here's the DVD of, and there's the booklet, and the voice for Armitage in the second one was voiced by Juliette Lewis. So in this one, it just had like a bunch of, in this booklet it just shows like a bunch of like characters in Dual Matrix. So it's pretty cool. And knowing me, I always get the collections and everything. But what else it has on here or in here? Oh yeah, they also made a soundtrack for Dual Matrix. I think I had that one too, but I don't know. But what else is in this lunchbox? Special edition, Armitage the Third by Spawn. Now that is pretty cool, isn't it? Still in the box, still sealed. I have not opened it. I have not opened it, nor will I have. This came out like after a couple of years later. A couple of years later than oh, what's this? Oh. Limited edition lunchbox. My number is 589. So that's pretty cool. So number 589. So these are, if you get them on eBay or something, these are like dirt cheap. But I don't know how much the first one would be. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool if I could find the first one. That would be awesome. But anyway, so that's my Armitage the Third collection. And I'm thinking of getting the collection on DVD. they don't have like a Blu-ray release, so it's just going to be on DVD, so that's alright. At least on, I don't know, on the first one, on Polymatrix, that's the first one. I do not know if it has a Japanese track. It's been so long since I've seen it, so it just might have the dub, but in the collection it will have both Japanese and English. So knowing me, I like the subtitled better because I like the Japanese cast a little bit better than the dubbed. But for Polymatrix, Elizabeth Berkley and Kiefer Sutherland, they both did a good job on this. So, and if they do make a live action, which I don't think they'll ever do in this point in time, or the thought of it, is I hope that they cast Elizabeth Berkley as Naomi Armitage for the live action, because even though that she'll be a very, very tall Naomi Armitage, but with special effects they can make her short. So, but nevertheless, I know that Kiefer Sutherland, I know that it would be kind of cool to see him reprise his character, but in the movie he was sort of like tan colored. Not to be racist or anything, but in the movie I think he was like tan colored or something. So that would not make much sense, but nevertheless, I mean, it would be kind of cool to have Kiefer Sutherland and Elizabeth Berkley doing their own, parts for the live action if they ever do Armitage, but I do not think they'll ever do it because that movie probably would be a lot more than the live action of Ghost in the Shell. So anyway, have a nice day and be excellent to one another, okay? And seriously.